This edition of Off Air with Amy is all about remembering the hurricane we will never forget. Many of us experienced being trapped in our homes. That was the case for me, as I had no information for a day and a half. In fact, the only thing I could get was information from the radio. So many of us are in for way too much rain, and then the winds, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. We are just getting started, and look at all the debris that is coming down the river already. Imagine what this will look like tomorrow.
The moving of the track, the moving of the cone may not be done yet. If we can get past the 5 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center without any further changes to the east, we may be all right with that. But even if it stays to the west, this storm is just so large, it's so big, and it's going to be so strong. The stronger winds are on the eastern side, because with a northerly moving storm, you add the wind to that northward component of motion, and it just kind of means your higher momentum is on the eastern side of the storm. That's the side of the storm we're going to be in.
If you remember what I showed you earlier this morning, now look at this river, how much more intense it is. Breaking news with the Reedy River raging behind me right now. The Category 4 hurricane, Helene, has just been upgraded. So now we are at Category 4 as it approaches Florida. Okay, it's definitely getting a lot worse. I'm in Spartanburg County, in the southern part of Spartanburg County, below 85. Earlier today, you may have noticed that the National Weather Service referred to the flood of 1916 in Asheville, expecting this storm potentially to be worse. Let me tell you what happened back in 1916. There's a whole post dedicated to the history of this horrible event. They called it the Great Flood of 1916. They lost several dozen people due to landslides. Knowing that the 1916 storm could be less severe than what we are going to experience over the next 24 hours, that is why the National Weather Service put out this statement saying this is one of the most significant weather events to happen in the western part of the area in the modern era. Record flooding is forecasted compared to the flood of 1916. So it's 10 o'clock. I'm logging on to all my things to get you guys up to date. We've already had, in some places, 6+ inches of rain, 5 to 6 inches of rain. On top of that, you've got these winds that are coming in that are going to be sustained at a great pace, but also with 50, 60 mile an hour gusts. And that combination is going to bring down trees, power lines. So power outages are highly likely. So people need to have notifications turned on. You need to be watching your local media. And the National Weather Service never does this. I've never seen them do this since I've been here. But they literally wrote the word, "We are pleading with you to take any warnings or alerts that you get on your phone tonight seriously, especially for flash flooding. If you're near somewhere that floods, or even that you've always been like, gosh, if it ever got really bad, it would flood here, but it's never flooded here before, that's the kind of spot you need to think about today and tonight. Now we've got a 2 a.m. warning for Asheville, a flash flood warning, including Asheville, North Carolina, Woodfin, and Swannanoa till 2 a.m. And that's including Weaverville, Dillingham, Glenville, Crusoe, Canton, Royal Pines, Jupiter in North Carolina. So that just got issued. I'm going to retweet that. Okay, Helene has made landfall in Northwest Florida as a Category 4 hurricane. They are saying this flood will shake the record books from 1916, the Great Flood that hit Asheville, where many people died. I'm concerned about how much tree toppling there will be and the level of trees that will fall, because they're talking about sustained winds in the 20 and 30 mile an hour range, and then having these gusts. So that's a lot of wind with a lot of rain in the roots. You're gonna have a lot of flooding, a lot, in North Carolina. I really hope you're safe, and I hope you are weather aware. This storm went from a Category 1 to a Category 4 in 12 hours. Think about that. And if you guys hear about problems tomorrow, please pass those along to me through my text line. People in Buncombe County for the list of people who should evacuate. So Buncombe, Henderson, if you are up in North Carolina, you need to check on your county and make sure that they're not telling you to evacuate. Slamming into Florida right now, doing tremendous damage and headed our way, with the rain bands now going to expand this evening, and overnight we are in for flooding, wind like you can't believe, and rain. So charge your stuff right now. Go ahead and right before you go to bed, charge everything and all the things, as many as you can. So you have devices and ways to communicate and options. All right, I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Good night. We've lost a tree. Oh my gosh. We've already got like 5 or 6 trees that are down. Y'all, I don't even know if I'll be able to get out of my neighborhood. So many trees down. Those just came down. That one just split. Look at that.
Because we're seeing hurricane force
Are you going to Charlotte?
Inland.
Dan Calhoun said they have no power in Greenville.
These are the 2 trees I always worry about falling. Please don't fall. That one's gonna go.
Which one?
That one's gonna go. It's already.
Give me your watch.
See it? How it's like getting ready to go.
I'm not sure it's gonna go.
I think it will. We are in a war zone, folks.
There's another one about the phone.
Where? That one over there?
I knew it.
Okay, new development. The tree that was just blowing in the wind has now fallen across this part of the yard, so now we have this as well. Broke that tree. Oh. Basically, this used to be all forested and full of trees, and they've all come down. We were hearing what sounded like gunfire. It was the snapping of trees in our backyard, and you can see this big one almost hit the house, and then we've got all these others. This is the kind of scenario that has happened throughout this neighborhood in Roebuck. And I'm telling you, our entire road, people down the street are blocked in their driveways. They're blocked from getting up the road, and the main road is blocked as well. This is a look from up inside the house at how bad the damage is here. This is what we have to deal with now. Look at this. Oh, our garbage cans. It is just so bad, and the entire backyard is filled with trees that have come down. We're thankful these bad boys didn't come down. That cable that ties them together, I think, worked. But across the street, look over there. Just a mess. Their driveway's blocked. All of this here, messing things up for us. You can see there's just a mess to be cleaned up.
We gotta decide which one we're gonna work on. This one or that?
It's gotta be this one, brother. It's gotta be this one.
This one's for that one.
It's covered.
Neighbors helping neighbors.
Guys, I'm gonna.
That's the nice part of this. Bridget, you're a hard worker. Look at all these women out here huffing with the boys. Hi, Sue. I do. Oh gosh, I'm out of the way. Heroes! We did it! We wound up trapped in our home by all these trees, but remember, we finally got out, and that's coming up next. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I was right that I couldn't get out. Holy moly. Yeah, I knew this would be like this. Unbelievable. The hunt for gas has begun because one of us only has 20 gallons left. So we are trying to figure out where we can get gas. This place, you can see some of them are out of service. This one, we thought had gas, but it doesn't. That person just left over there. They're pulling in, but it may be that people think there's gas here and there isn't. Just uprooted.
Yep.
The grocery stores are crazy. Everybody's getting their stuff. Power lines. Oh goodness. Wow. This is.
I mean, it really does look like a tornado.
Yeah. I mean, this,
Look at this.
it reminds me of the tornado damage on the east side of town when I covered it. That's what
Look
it
at
reminds me
this.
of. It's just crazy.
I hate been on this road when that tree came sliding down that bank.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few gas stations open, but obviously there are lines. But as far as the road, it's open. We even went down to Travelers Rest yesterday. So we were able to go up 191, 25 south down into Travelers Rest.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. There are 31 county states of emergencies and 28 municipal states of emergency, with 24 shelters open with over 1,000 individuals being served. 45 search and rescue teams engaged in the response from North Carolina and other states, such as Illinois, Indiana, Oklahoma, New York, New Jersey,
Wow.
New Hampshire,
Wow. Thank goodness for this old radio. It was the only way to get information without a cell phone or internet.
We do have a curfew in effect now from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. in Henderson County. We need to remind folks of that. There is a state of emergency.
iHeartRadio in Asheville has been doing an incredible job of keeping the community informed when so many people can't do anything but tune in an emergency radio.
And talking about those other mountain communities, Boone and Watauga County, Ashe County, they got some of the brunt of this weather, but not nearly as bad as Buncombe and the surrounding area.
But we learned very sad news this afternoon that some 30 people had passed away and lost their lives in Buncombe County. 5 have lost their lives in Henderson County. I'm under the understanding that in McDowell County, there has been no loss of life as of yet. So we're praising God for small miracles, for small miracles there. And we got a phone call here in the studio of a 73-year-old man. He and his wife, they were up on the second floor, and their first floor had flooded. And I got a message because there's a bit of a sad reason why I asked you about that gentleman the other day. I heard his call very briefly, and I thought of him because of because of the distinctive voice, but never heard him actually say his name. I know him because he was very active in the men's ministry at my church. We just received word that he perished in the storm on Friday with his wife and grandson. Our pastor indicated that there were a few details. Anyways, I suppose I have a couple of asks for you. Is the audio preserved so that we can triple confirm that it was him? And if you would be so kind as to not to, it's just.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Yeah, it's
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, I don't get words.
That breaks my heart, man.
This story is repeated.
Oh man,
over and over and over again in the mountains. This is going to become more of a reality, sadly, as we go through these next days and these next weeks and these next months. And as I said before, it is okay to not be okay, because none of this is okay.
pretty late, but here's the situation. Western North Carolina was just smashed by a flood that tore through everything, and a lot of people are stuck and running low on supplies.
We're going to think about getting out of here because this is going to be...
My car's gone. Everything's gone. It's all gone.
James, you alright, bud?
Anybody in the gym?
One of the first tragedies in the upstate came early Friday morning.
So good-hearted, this sweet and precious to everybody she met.
She was my best friend. We did everything together. We even worked in the same school district together. Anytime you would see me, you would see her with me.
About 2 miles from home, and she had called me on the phone, and she said, "Daddy, stay where you at. It's too bad to be out right now." And I told her, I said, "Sweetie, I'm just about 2 miles from home." And she said, "Okay." She said, "Well, please be careful." And I said, "I will." She said, "I love you." And I said, "I love you too." She said, "I'll see you here in a couple of minutes." And then that was the last thing we said to each other.
We have an upstairs to our house, and I know some are thinking that she was on the upstairs, but we were actually on the downstairs in my bedroom, both together. And I had just gotten up to go look at just because of the storm, and I was hearing all the wind. I had just gotten up, maybe not even 10 seconds out of the room, and then I heard the noise of the tree.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry.
Even when we were little, we used to play, she would be the teacher and I would be the student, and we would always play school.
How proud were you of Anna Maria to have become a teacher?
I was proud. I was so thrilled because it's what she always wanted to do.
It's one of the reasons that I was a teacher, is just hearing her, especially going through college and stuff, and then getting her own classroom. She was the main reason that I wanted to be a teacher. We shared everything together. I mean, we even, she drove me to work every day and picked me up every day.
These kids that's written in that had her 5 or 10 years ago saying that she was the reason they went into teaching. And she would be so shocked to see the outpour of support that she's been getting.
All the kind words that we're seeing back as well.
Her smile, everybody says her smile just lit the room up. Kids are saying she wasn't my teacher, but she would come down the hall and just smile, have the biggest smile, and always say hello and stop and talk to them. And she would stand at the door and greet each one of them as they came in the room.
Changed a lot of lives, and she encouraged her students to keep going, keep pushing, and never giving up.
I'm sorry that you've lost her. I really am. I'm sorry we've all lost her, you know, because it's a community loss.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to miss the most is with both of my daughters taking the trips and going to a lot of shows and stuff together. That was what we did and enjoyed so much. And we have tickets to some other shows right now, but it's kind of be hard to go now just without her with us.
There's an emptiness that's going to forever be in this family, and it can't be replaced. And every time we think of a hurricane, we see a tree, or anything, or even see the wind blow, we're going to remember this, and it's going to hit us.
Unreal the amount of devastation there is. I mean, it's got to be one of the worst in the Southeast history.
City Hall is under mud. The old playground is under mud.
Such a huge disaster that you don't even know where to go. You know there's people out there. You know, I got as many tools as I can. We got backpacks in case we have to go on foot.
Our home is there, but I'm sure the water intrusion was catastrophic. 2 doors down, we had a lady that was in her mid-60s that was just didn't want to evacuate for some reason. And of course, she perished and went down with the house.
Just knowing what happened up here, it's going to be everybody pulling together to help rebuild this town that we all love so much.
So you can prepare all you want to, but you know, you can only do so much when there's 28 feet of water in your downtown.
course, you have to keep in mind, I showed you just how much damage there is to the estate. The house itself came out pretty well, but look at the estate. It is a muddy mess, and the river ran right next to it, so it flooded all the low-lying areas, and a number of buildings were impacted. And see this power pole? That power pole was pushed 90 feet down the river, and the roadway became a river. You guys, this is crazy video. You're going to watch a telephone pole.
It's going to hit the
in the middle
pole
of this
though, right
water
here.
tear apart. Look at this. Just cut right through it like a knife.
I'll take you through a tour of everything. This is eventually going to be a huge network where there's more bunks, trailers, restroom trailers, laundry facilities, chow halls, all of that coming in.
As you look at all the damage in western North Carolina, let me tell you that they have confirmed 6,500 rescues of people, which is really good news. What a symbolic moment in Chimney Rock. They have uncovered the medallion. Look at that.
So we're very happy and proud that you're here to help us restore some of that property.
We'll never forget how Helene devastated our lives, broke our hearts, but it also made us strong and pulled us together. Thanks for watching.
There's something comforting about experience. It prepares you, makes you wiser, ready for anything. That's why 3 decades later, I still love to keep you informed. Your trust is everything.
Watch Amy Wood on 7 News. Weekdays at 4, 5, and 6 p.m.
We want to get to that immediately.